All right. Problems numbers 39 to 41 are still talking about surface area, but doing it in an even different way. Now we're talking about specific situations like 39, where the radius of a sphere is doubled, and we want to know what happens to the surface area. Okay, so basically, I like to do this just by looking at the actual formulas. We want to talk about the surface areas. The surface area of a sphere is, okay, so the surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. And they say, what would happen if we doubled the radius? So how would that change it? We would have 4 pi, and now instead of r, it would be like 2r squared. Okay, so let's follow this through. We've got 4 pi, and now we've got 2r, the whole quantity squared, which means we need to square the 2, square the r. So this becomes 4 pi, 2 squared is 4, r squared. Now, what's the only difference between this formula and this formula? And hopefully, looking closely enough, we'll see the only difference really is this 4. So it's going to increase by a factor of 4, and B is the right answer. Looking at number 40, we're going to do the exact same thing. So we are going to look at the side of a cube is doubled. What happens to the volume again? Now, the volume of a cube is normally equal to length times width times height, but since they're all equal in a cube, that's really like some side cubed. So what happens if we double that side? Instead of being s cubed, it's now 2s cubed. And if we actually cube out the 2 and cube out the s, this becomes 8s cubed. What's the only difference between s cubed and 8s cubed? Well, that's that 8 right up front. It's increasing by a factor of 8. So the option is D. For number 41, the radius of a cylinder is doubled, and its height is tripled. Whoa, we've got two things going on here. Height tripled and the radius is doubled. So what's going to happen to the volume? That's what we have to look at now, the volume. Okay, so let's write out the volume. The volume of a cylinder is normally pi r squared h. So we're going to put both of these changes in. We're going to say it is now pi, and instead of r, it's 2r squared. And instead of h, the height is tripled, so now it's 3h. Let's look at how this changes it. We've got pi. Instead of 2r, we're going to square the 2, square the r. So that is 2 squared is 4 times r squared and 3h. I'm going to group this 4 and this 3 together at the front, and that really becomes 12 pi r squared h. Now you can see the only difference between this equation right here and this one is that big 12 at the front. So it's actually going to increase by a factor of 12.